So this is an April Fool's level that I made for Mario Maker for this year. I decided that for this upcoming April Fool's, I thought I'd make something special with Mario Maker. So right now you're looking at a pretty complex maze, and if you notice, whenever I jump and hit one of the blocks, there's actually a big, large circle of boo rings. So every single block that you're looking at actually contains one of these boo rings. So you actually have to jump at a very specific height, otherwise you're just gonna bonk into these boo rings and then you're just gonna get trapped and you're gonna die. Unfortunately, there are some places where you just can't avoid them, like when you have to jump on 3 tile high gaps or even 2 or even 1, like this one right here. You just have to hit it. But if you maneuver fast enough, you can actually avoid it. Also, if you look at the time limit, it's actually kind of precise. Usually a level starts off with 500 on the clock, and right now we're at 116, and it's only been about like 30 to 40 seconds in the actual level. So, and to make things a lot harder than they seem, I've added some pipes and doors to make the paths more complex. So, but there's one subworld, and then there's the main world. So both of them contain complex mazes. As you can see, the time's about to run out. So doors lead within the actual world you're in, and pipes switch between the subworlds. So if you ever want to map out this maze yourself, you actually will have to go into editor. This level is pretty much impossible to map out unless you're looking at a map of the entire level, which you can see when you first play the level. There's like a thumbnail, and then when you want to go into editor, you can actually like maneuver between worlds easier. Also, if you notice here, I'm going back into the pipes. That's to reset the block state. Like if you notice on the left, there's a block already hit, but there's no boo rings. So I use that to my advantage to be able to maneuver through, because in this next part, we're actually finding a very secret block which contains not a boo ring, but in fact it contains a spring. So the trick to this entire April Fool's is you can't beat the level unless you find this, a springboard. Every single block except for that one contains a boo, and then there's only one in the entire level that contains that springboard. So if you want to find the springboard, you also have to go into editor. Either you can give yourself a star, just hit every single block until you find the spring, or just click on the block and see if there's a spring inside of it. So that's the main gimmick behind this April Fool's. Like, it kind of plays off of how many people like to put dev routes and dev blocks. So I guess you could call this a dev block, but I didn't put a dev route, or in other words, like a door that leads straight to the end, because obviously if you go in the course editor, you can just find that dev block or find that dev door and just go into it. The whole gimmick about this is you have to do the searching yourself to find that springboard in order to beat this level. In other words, the dev block per se is actually the intended way. So as you can see, the time is cutting down, and we're actually approaching the end of the level right here. So it's not an April Fool's without a hard trick, so might as well throw this in here and we get to the end. It's funny, I made the gap a little close so it looks like you can make it without the springboard, but you can't. Also, I had 6 seconds left in the clock. I thought about making it harder, but we're just gonna leave it from there. Thanks for watching.